Welcome back. Of course, we will be resuming the Bible with 2 Corinthians. Now, I believe we left off right here with chapter 9 of 2 Corinthians. Let's begin. Chapter 9. For concerning the ministry to the saints, it is superfluous for me to write to you. For I know your eagerness, of which I boast on your behalf to the Macedonians, that Achaia has been prepared since last year, and your zeal has stirred up the greater number of them. But I sent the brothers that are boasting on your behalf might not be made void in this respect, that, as I said, you might be prepared. Lest, if the Macedonians come forward with me and find you unprepared, we, not to mention you, be put to shame in this confidence. Therefore, I thought it necessary to entreat the brothers to go before you and make ready before your previously promised blessing, that thus might be ready as a blessing and not as a matter of covetousness. But take note of this: he who sows sparingly shall also sparingly reap, and he who sows with blessings shall also with blessings reap. Each one as he has purposed in his heart, not out of sorrow or out of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound upon to you, that in everything, always having all sufficiency, you may abound unto every good work. Even as it is written, He has scattered abroad, He has given to the poor, His righteousness abides forever. Now, He who bountifully supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will supply and multiply your seed and cause the fruits of your righteousness to increase. You, in everything after being enriched unto all liberty, which works out through us thanksgiving to God, because the ministry of the service is not only filling up the lack of saints, but also in abounding through many thanksgivings to God. They, through the approving of their ministry, are glorifying God based upon the subjection unto the gospel of Christ that issues for your confession, and upon the liberality of the fellowship to them and to all. While in petition on your behalf, they also long after year, on account of the surpassing grace of God upon you. Thanks be to God for His indescribable gift. Chapter 10. But I myself, Paul, entreat you. Sorry, I had to sneeze. But I myself, Paul, entreat you, through the meekness and gentleness of Christ, who, as you say, in person am base among you, but while absent am bold toward you. I beseech you that when you present, I would not have to be bold in the confidence of which I count myself to dare, due to some who count us as ones who are walking according to flesh. For though we walk in flesh, we do not war according to flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not fleshy, but are powerful before God for the overthrowing of strongholds, as we overthrow reasonings and every high thing rising against the knowledge of God, to take captive every thought unto the obedience of Christ. And we are ready to punish all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. You look back at things according to their appearance. If someone has confidence in himself to be of Christ, let him take account of this again concerning himself, that even he is of Christ, so also are we. For even if I should boast somewhat more abundantly concerning our authority, which the Lord has given for building you up, and not for overthrowing you, I will not be put to shame. I say this so as not to seem as if I am terrifying you through my letters. Because while his letters, someone say, are weighty and strong, his bodily presence is awake, and his speech contemptible. Let such a one take account of this, that such as we are in word by letters when absent, such also we are in deed when present. For we do not dare to class or compare ourselves with any of those who commend themselves, but they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves with themselves are without understanding. But we will not boast beyond our measure, but according to the measure of the rule which the God of measure has apportioned to us, to reach even as far as you. For we are not extending ourselves beyond our bounds, as if we did not reach you, for we were the first to come even as far as unto you in the gospel of Christ. We are not boasting beyond our measure in other labors, but have the hope, as your faith is increasing, to be magnified in you according to your rule unto abundance, so that they may announce the gospel unto those parts beyond you, not so that we may boast in another man's rule in things already prepared. But he who boasts, let him boast in the Lord, for it is not the one who commends himself who is approved, but the one who the Lord commends. Chapter 11. I wish that you would bear with me in a little foolishness, but indeed you do bear with me. For I am jealous over you with a jealousy of God, for I betrothed you to one husband to present you as pure virgin to Christ. But I fear lest somehow, as the serpent deceived Eve by his craftiness, your thoughts would be corrupted by the simplicity and the purity towards Christ. For if indeed he is who comes preaches another Jesus, whom ye have not preached, or you receive a different spirit, which you have not received, or a different gospel which you have not accepted, you bear well with him. But I count myself to be inferior to the superior apostles in nothing. But even if I am a layman in speech, yet I am not in knowledge. Indeed, in every way we have made this manifest in all things to you. Or did I commit a sin, abasing myself, that you might be exalted because I announced the gospel of you free of charge? I robbed other churches, taking wages for the ministry to you. And when I was present with you and lacked, I was not a burden to anyone. For the brothers came from Macedonia, filled up my lack, and in everything I kept myself from being burdensome to you, and will keep myself. The truthfulness of Christ is in me, that this boasting shall not be stopped as it is regarded by the regions of Achaia. Why? Because I do not love you? God knows. But what I do, I also will do, that I may cut off the opportunity of these desiring an opportunity, that in the thing of which they boast, they might be found as we are. For such ones are false apostles, deceitful workers, transfiguring themselves into apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself transfigures himself into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if also his ministers transfigure themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. Again I say, let no one think to be foolish, but if otherwise accept me, even if I were foolish, that I may boast a little. What I speak according to the Lord, but in foolishness, in this confidence of boasting. Since many boast according to the flesh, I will also boast. For you bear gladly with fools, because you yourselves are wise. For you bear it with anyone enslaved you, if anyone devours you, if anyone takes you, if anyone lifts himself, if anyone beats you in the face. By way of disparagement, I say to this, supposedly. But I will most gladly spend and be utterly spent on behalf of your souls, if I love you more abundantly and am loved less. But let it be. I did not burden you, but as some of you any, being crafty, I took you by guile. Did I not take advantage of you through anyone who I am sent to you? I entreated Titus and sent him with the brother Titus. Did not take advantage of you, did he? Did we not walk in the same spirit and the same steps? All this time you have been thinking that we were defending ourselves to you. Before God in Christ we speak, but all things, beloved, are building up. For I fear that perhaps when I come, I may find you not such as I wish. I may find you as you wish, that perhaps there were strife, jealousy, outbursts of anger, selfish ambitions, slander, whisperings, demonstrations of being puffed up, tumults, that when I come again my God may humble me before you, and I may mourn over those who have sinned before, and who have not repented of the uncleanliness and fornication and licentiousness which they have practiced. The Bible, 2 Corinthians.